Howdy folks, I'm the Roleplay Gamer, and this is Offworld Trading Company. It's an early access RTS with a bit of a twist. It's rather unique as far as I'm aware. You don't build armies or units or anything. There's no combat at all, at least no direct combat, really. The object of the game is just to make as much money as possible, and then you win by buying out your enemies, your opponents, the competition. So it's really a war of corporations. It's really pretty cool. The concept, at least, is really amazing. Let's have a look at whether it actually pulls it off in terms of the gameplay. So in a similar format to the way I covered Grey Goo, I'm going to go through each, for lack of a better term, faction. One per video. So we haven't really got factions here. Let me just go through this, set this up, and then I'll explain it. It's really hard. And I don't think, see here you got a handicap. I don't think there's actually, I could be completely wrong, but I don't think there's difficulty levels as such. Like, the AI always performs at peak efficiency, so to speak. The handicap just gives you a bit of an edge. So the higher up you go, the less you start with, basically. So there you go. So we'll just do everything random. We'll keep it on assistant because I can win at assistant level. I cannot consistently win at employee. It does save a replay file, but we'll get into that later. Let's just jump into the game. It also comes with observer mode, which is pretty cool, straight out of the box.
High levels of water found.
Alright, so you start off by just scanning the surface, and we're on Mars at the moment,
Low levels of aluminum found.
which is reasonably interesting. So we've got shitloads of water here, and this should actually influence your decision of which quote-unquote faction to use. But really, they're HQs, they're different HQs that have sort of different rules. But you can consider them factions, I suppose. They all build the same buildings. The only difference is sort of like the overarching benefits, I suppose. So think like if you turned off all unique technology in Age of Empires, it's exactly like that. So everyone's got the same units, same buildings. They just got special racial bonuses. That's the best way I can describe it, really. So you've got, alright, so we've got someone who's already found it. I'm lagging behind here. I'm going to go with Expansive, even though it might not be the best option for the map, but I'm just going to show you what it's all about. So I'm going to try and let's take all this water here. Alright, so Expansive starts you off with, I probably should have hovered over the mouse, the tooltip to begin with, but hang on, let's grab some, wait a second. Oh, someone's already got that. See, so you got to be quick. The benefit, however, there we go, let's grab that before anyone else does. The benefit to claiming last, though, is you do get more claims, which allow you to take more spots on the surface. Let me show you here. So first, let's grab some water, and we want. Hang on. Where's the aluminum? Let's grab that big chunk of aluminum and the big chunk of iron there. I don't think there was anything closer. This is probably not the best place to plonk down. Probably should have been more on that side. And then we'll put down a steel mill right there. Alright, so let me just explain what I've done here. I'll slow it down to snail's pace. Okay, so you start with your HQ. And then you have to plop down sort of factories, extractors, that sort of thing, to grab all these resources. And these actually 5 resources are essential for the most part, depending on which HQ you pick. But for this one, the Expansive one, they're essential for, just functioning, to, feed and water and allow the residents to breathe and whatnot. So if you don't produce these, you will have to buy them off the open market. Hold on a second, let me just put that volume down a little bit. Beautiful. All right. So they're purchased automatically off the open market. So you will lose money if you don't produce them yourself. However, that might not be such a bad thing if they're not very expensive. For example, water it's pretty dirt cheap at the moment. So it's probably not like there's shitloads of water on the map. I'm producing it anyway just in case, but I could probably have gotten away without doing so. But we'll say I like to be self-sufficient. So then you got this interesting thing here, debt. So when you have to buy things off the open market, it goes into your debt. It doesn't come straight out of your funds, which is awesome because then you're not crippled in terms like you don't end up building yourself into a corner, so to speak, and you have no funds to get out of the mess that you're in. We can upgrade here. Are we producing any steel? Hold on. So yeah, so when you buy things automatically like that, goes into your debt. When you purchase things at auction, which will come up shortly, I'm sure, it goes into debt. And you might say, well, that's kind of easy. What's the downside of having debt? Well, then your stock price goes down and it becomes easier for other people to buy you out. Here we go. Over on this side, this is how you win. This is a stock price for everyone. My company is doing pretty well at the moment, probably because I have zero debt, and other factors play into it as well, like how much stock you have of other companies and how many other companies you've taken over completely. But at the moment, I'm the most difficult to buy out. So it's going to cost 7,000 to buy one of my stocks. And there you go. So there you go. That's how you win. And I'm always debating as to when you should start buying people out. I've actually tried doing it like from the get-go, and it's actually been working pretty well for me. But let's not do that for now. Let's go back to normal speed. We'll upgrade. So I've upgraded my HQ, and now we have more claims. More claims means more spots to build things. All right. So I should probably get some food going. Food uses water, as does oxygen and fuel production, using an electrolysis reactor that produces both. So I'm just going to put that there. So there's a bit of a balance here as to where you place your buildings. On the one hand, you get awesome adjacency bonuses when you build two of the same type of building, factory, whatever, next to each other, which is totes awesome, and that's like a lifesaver when you've got limited resources. However, it also makes it easier to attack. For example, this EMP, which you can buy off the black market and increases in price after each time someone buys it, that targets a whole area, and so the more clumped up your buildings are, the more susceptible they are to EMP attack. And then when they're EMP'd, then they're like offline for, I think, up to 2 minutes, which can be devastating. Anyway, I really should get on this, because otherwise I'm going to lose. We can upgrade again. Why not? Why the hell not? Actually, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Let's sell some of our water, even though it's dirt cheap. It's probably not the best time to sell it. Okay, we need aluminum, steel, and glass to upgrade, so we can probably sell off some iron because it's not directly required, and let's get more fuel. Now, fuel is used for the most part for these blimps. They're called blimps. I don't know. I like to call them ships. They look more ship-like. Airships. I don't know. So these blimps come from your expansions and bring the resources back to your HQ. Now, you can, on the auction, I don't think you can get it any other time. At auctions, you can hire pirates. So if I set up, just for example, say, actually, let's, alright, this guy. If I set up pirates here, it would take about 50% of the resources from these blimps going back and forth. So you can do some sneaky shit there. It's not all just building and expanding and whatnot. I'm lagging behind. It's not all businessy fun and games. There's espionage and whatnot. My power's doing alright. I just need more food. So there's sort of two hazards here. The biggest one is people taking your resources where you can get to them. What's particularly obnoxious is when you build next to a bunch of resources with a plan to, you know, take that over. And then someone builds something right next to you, like here.
Scientific colony
Taking some
expanded.
aluminum from me right there, which is really obnoxious. And now we're running out of water. See, that's the big pile of water there. Adjacency bonus, I get plus 50%, which is awesome. Okay, I usually like to keep my resources, my essential resources. Whoa, sorry, I hit the mic boom. I like to keep my essential resources about 50, because then they don't tend to dip down. However, oh, actually, I'm losing. No, we're good. We're good. Okay. So I got shitloads of claims. I should probably build another steel mill. Hang on, what does that use? That uses 1 iron. That's alright, I got enough for that. Here we go, here's an auction. 50% sabotage damage for buildings adjacent to HQ. See, that could be handy. It would protect all these buildings here. However, I don't feel like going into debt right now. My stock price is the highest, and I want to keep it that way. So it's like, do you expand really quickly and get a lot of fancy things by going into debt? Or do you try and protect yourself by keeping your stock high? It's a bit of a balance there. Another thing you can do, I haven't tried it because well, I'm not bold enough, but another thing I've theorized that you can do. Hang on, aluminum. We can sell enough of that. We don't need to upgrade yet because we're swimming in claims. We should start building some other stuff. So this is the price of everything. All the resources. We should probably start building, producing glass, which requires silicon and oxygen. So we might need some more oxygen thingies. Let's build... Hang on, can we build another one? 2 glass majigs. Another oxygen majig. Electrolysis reactor. And we need silicon. Is that the only silicon on the map? No, there's a little bit there, but I'm going to grab this one for the adjacency bonus. So now we've run out of claims, and now it is worthwhile to upgrade. I'm going to hold off a little bit, see if we can get this upgrade for free. Because if you notice down there in the tooltip, we've got all the aluminum we need, all the steel we need, but not all of the glass. So that cost at the bottom is actually how much it would cost at glass's current price to upgrade without first producing that glass ourselves. That was a convoluted way to explain it. But I feel like I made sense, sort of. Okay, so as you can see here, our glass production is not even working at the moment because we're not producing or not getting any silicon. But here we go, 2 yellow blimps from our silicon mines. They'll be coming in, and our silicon goes up, then gets fed directly into our glass furnace, and we're good to go. And we're producing glass. And you can see the cost of upgrading going down to 0. Boom, we got that upgrade for free. That's what I'm talking about. And we just saved all that money, and we can use that money to buy stocks in other companies. But we're not going to do that yet. So we're in debt. That's because of our lack of power. Now I think we've actually used up all the, what are they called? Geothermal power spots on the map. They're all gone, so we're going to have to go with probably wind power. Oh, there's not even any. So you got geothermal, which produces the most, I'm pretty sure. Which produces 2 power. Wind power, which produces 0.4. And solar power that produces 1, but it doesn't work at night. So you know what? I'm just... Hang on. So, yeah. I got 6 claims Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Let's put 3... oh, my God, I haven't got enough money. Alright, what can we sell? Sell a little bit of food. Boom. Alright. So we're going to take those 3 spots there for our wind turbines and grab that adjacency bonus, and hopefully that's going to boost our power nicely. Do we put another farm there? I believe every time you upgrade, you also use more food, water, and oxygen. Yes. Let's do that. We can upgrade again. 60 glass. So I can sell a little bit of that up to 60. 120 steel. And we got that upgrade for free. Haha! We're doing well. This is uncommon. Alright. We can probably... Food usually goes for quite a lot. Alright, let's save our money and get an off-world market. Now, this is sort of the end game spot. This is where it gets to be a bit of a race. And I must admit, it becomes a little bit one-dimensional there. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because I haven't played it that much. It is an early access. Keep that in mind. It's pretty polished. It doesn't crash or anything like that. Alright, we got lots of fuel. We can sell that. Here we go. Off-world market. Now that has to be connected somehow to... Let's put it there to stop this guy, just in case he wants to try and get an adjacency bonus there with that water. Alright, so once this opens up, or rather finishes building, it's got to open up this this secondary selling market, so to speak. And it's basically sending resources off-world, and it gives you a shitload more money. So you're not just... This is selling within the confines of Mars itself, like to this city. This here is the colony. Oh, no, we don't need any more claims. We don't want to go into debt. Okay. This is the colony, and I think it's just sort of a visual flavor type of thing. It doesn't actually do anything. But supposedly, I think I read somewhere that the more food you produce and sell, like the bigger the colony gets, but I'm not sure. Anyway, this is sort of the visual representation of who you're actually selling to, I'm pretty sure. Or where you're buying from. That's sort of the market. But all it does is take up spots on the map. Look, our stock price is still brutal. And come on, baby. There we go, that's done. And here we go. Look at these prices. I can sell 100 fuel for over $75,000. It looks like that's what I'm going to be doing. That's the best price. That and oxygen. So let's queue up 200 units of fuel. 100. Oh, see, there we go. There's that EMP. He's knocked out my... What do you even call this? Off-world market launch thingamajig. And... Oh, my electrolysis reactors. So, yeah, shit. Oh, my God. See, that couldn't have been a coincidence. Surely not. He probably... But how did he know? How did he know? Those were the 2 things I was going to sell, and he's knocked them all out. All at once. Those salty devils. Alright, I'm going to start... I don't know if it was Mr. Sabotage, but I'm going to assume that it was. Hang on, who was it? Targeted by an underground nuke. Is built... I don't think it's... Hang on. You have been... I don't think it says who did it. I don't know. Cool. Alright, we're working again. So there is a timer on this. And you can build more of them to send off more at once and get that money quicker. Which is what we're going to want to do. And it's not going to cost much at all. We just need electronics. Which I'm not going to bother building. Yet, at least. I'm just going to pay the 18,000 and grab those. So, hang on. 150 steel, 100 glass. Boom. There's the other one. Let's try to get it as far away from our initial launch pad as possible so that they can't both be targeted at once. Claim auction. Alright, so you can get more claims by buying them on auction. I'm not going to do that because I got 7 at the moment. I'm swimming in claims. In fact, I probably should be using them up to get more resources to sell them off quicker.
Offworld shipment launch.
There we go. I just got a huge amount of dosh. That's what I'm talking about. So, well, let's wait for this to go up a little more. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. So they just blew it up. They goddamn blew it up. And I'm going to have to pay $20,000 to repair it, which is really obnoxious. That is so obnoxious. My God. All right, what do I do? I'm going to... What do I do here? What do I do? Let's get some water. What are we selling? And look, we're selling these 2 things, so we may as well stock up on electrolysis reactors. And they use water, so actually that's a good idea. Where do we put them? All right, let's put them there. Get that sweet adjacency bonus. And another water mabob there. I don't even know what everything's called. Water pump. So some of these resources can be produced in a couple different ways. Hang on, let me show you. Here. This one produces water straight from a water source like that. This one requires ice, which we haven't got on this map, but they'll usually be at the poles. It's either the north or the south. I can't remember which one. And that produces half the water, but there's a lot wider area for you to do it. Dry ice condenser. There you go. This will produce 0.5 carbon and 0.5 oxygen, that sort of thing. So there are a couple of options there of what you use. Okay. Money's doing good. Let's see if we can buy someone up. Oh! Whoops. There you go. Yeah, alright. This was perhaps a little bit too easy. That's okay. No problem there. I'm just showing you what's going on. Alright, cool. So we've bought someone up, which means we now own their ass. And we're getting all their resources, which is pretty cool. We can also upgrade their HQ. They were only at level 2, which is pretty dodgy. But we can upgrade their HQ, get more claims, and keep building if we want. We can also build more launch pads, I think, if we upgrade them to level 5. Alright, cool. This is not going to be a problem at all. Go away. Okay, cool. So things I like. I like the concept of it. It feels kind of like, I think it's called Moon-Based Commanders. Anyone remember that? This old ass game where it was just sort of like you had to take out your enemy with missiles and viruses and shit. It was turn-based. That was a fun little game. Feels like that meets Anno 2070. You know, so it's like a faster paced, simpler Anno 2070. Or it almost feels like board game-esque or like a real-time 4X. It's really interesting. It is very much an RTS. There's no doubt about that. So, mad props. High kudos for the very concept. I think it's got a little way to go in terms of realizing that concept, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, they're planning to. They say they want to release in 2016. So it really seems like the developers. There we go. 2 rockets out. Oh man, it really seems like the developers want to get some serious feedback from the community and act on it. That's the impression I get. You know, it's not like you're all too typical. Just let's shove it into early access and see what happens. You know, I definitely get the impression they got a plan, which is cool. I can respect that. I appreciate that. And we've won. There you go. Boom! That's how you do it. So that was very easy. I must I must make sure that you understand that was uncommonly easy. Let me put it to you this way. The last mission of the tutorial, I've played over 10 times, man. I can't do it. I cannot beat it. It's brutal. I haven't ever won a game on the next difficulty up from this. I can't do it. It's just, I don't know. And I read that people complained initially, I think before it was in early access or whatever, like beta testers, I don't know. People complained that it was too rock hard, so they had to tone down the AI. So I mean, that's, I don't know. Take from that what you will. I think it's kind of cool. It's a challenge. It's definitely got that addictive quality where, like, the fact that I played that last tutorial mission 10 times in a row, because it's like, God damn it, I almost had them. Almost. Like within minutes of victory, and they buy me out. It's like, I can do this. So it's definitely got this sort of addictive puzzle type quality. It's compelling. I don't know if it was necessarily fun playing those 10 games, but goddamn, it was compelling, and I don't regret it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and expect more Offworld Trading Company videos in the future. I'm going to go over each HQ in a separate video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Roleplay Gamer, out.